Philip Roth is one of the greatest novelists of all time. He's a favorite of mine. I've read many of his books, although not all of them. He's written about 30 of them. And the advice I'm about to give to you applies to anybody who writes for any reason. It's not specific to novelists or to fiction writers or book authors. Anybody can use this advice. And in fact, it extends beyond writing, which I'll make a point of in just a minute. First of all, if you don't know the late, great Philip Roth, he is the author of many landmark books such as Portnoy's Complaint, American Pastoral, and The Plot Against America. Many of his books have been made into movies, and he has won basically every major writing award you can think of, with the exception of the Nobel Prize for Literature. And there are a lot of people who believe that he should have received that award as well, and actually expected him to receive it, and it never quite happened. And then Philip Roth died in May 2018 at age 85, but he left behind a tremendous compendium of work. Now, the advice I'm talking about is based simply on the way that Philip Roth worked. It wasn't actually doled out by him as a piece of writing advice, but we learn from his own writing practice something valuable that we can apply to our own writing, and immediately. That's one of the beautiful things about it. This can be applied immediately. Philip Roth wrote standing up. He had a standing desk. Many of us have standing desks. Maybe you don't have a standing desk, you probably have a counter somewhere that you can set your laptop on for writing purposes, or if you handwrite, whatever the case may be. And when he felt blocked, when the writing wasn't coming to him, he would begin walking around the room, pacing, and creating the kind of physical movement and stimulus that creates mental stimulus and spurs the imagination. I've blogged about this in the past. It is antithetical that we sit and write when it is actually movement that stimulates the brain and makes us more creative and productive and energizes us. Writing is an exacting activity, and it will quickly deplete any person's energy, especially when things are not going well. Physical movement and stimulation are key, not only to producing better writing, but to keeping our energy level up. And actually, it's that energy level that we're looking for to make our writing better, to keep our mind active. So here's a little assignment, and this gets back to something I alluded to earlier. Next time you need to come up with ideas for something you're writing, or you're looking to come up with ideas for any task or for any reason, start pacing or take a walk and see how much more fruitful your thinking becomes. The point is, let's learn from those who have succeeded before us, and succeeded in a big way, just the way Philip Roth did with his stellar writing career. Let's get up and move, talk into a recorder if that works for you. I do that all the time. I find that to be very, very fruitful. Stimulate the body and you will stimulate the mind. When the mind is stimulated, it produces better writing that comes more easily. This is my counsel, wishing you best of luck with all your writing assignments and endeavors.